Hello Debunk Thunderf00t. I have watched a few of your videos and I'm just curious, when do you plan starting this debunking that your channel promises? Let us look at a sample and see what we can find.
Thunderf00t's favorite videos part 2. I want to first, before I start, I want to first say that you can tell that a lot of atheists have this hatred towards Christians and our belief in God, and to the fact that we are creationists. They just hate us so much. And one way to tell is by the videos that they make. And these videos that are being made by atheists prove it. They hate us. And it's incredible, but even Thunderf00t, he makes these videos favorites, believe it or not. He makes them favorites because he agrees with them. And they're all full of hate and hatred towards Christians and our Christian faith. So it's kind of sad to say, but it's just the way it is, unfortunately. So let's get started with reviewing some of the videos that Thunderf00t made.
Now, let me get this straight. Are you planning on debunking the videos that Thunderf00t has favorited? Or are we going to sit through 6 minutes of a propaganda video claiming hate because it disagrees with your faith? I hope that you plan on bringing a little more to the table than wishful thinking, your personal opinions, appeals to emotion, appeals to consequences and other fallacies common to these types of debunking videos. To truly debunk Thunderf00t's videos, you will need evidence contradictory to that which as well as the authors of the other videos, has presented. Hopefully, we have this cleared up, and can now get into the meat of debunking Thunderf00t's obviously flawed videos. I'm ready, if you are.
Of multicellular life, made by CDK007, in which CDK007 does its best to try to explain how a unicellular organism, made out of one cell, evolved into multicellular life. And he gives a couple of examples, but I want to tell him and Thunderf00t, who has made this video a favorite and posted it on his channel, is that all you have to do is go to Wikipedia and look up multicellularity, and you will see that there is still a great debate as to how evolution happened, being that one unicellular organism turned into multicellular organisms. CDK007 has not given us the eureka moment of saying, oh yes, this is the way it is. And in fact, all the videos...
So I forgot to mention that quote mining is also a no-no in debunking. It seems that you either didn't finish reading that section on Wikipedia, or you are intentionally leaving out the rest of the paragraph. The whole thing reads as follows, quote, "The first organisms that existed are believed to have been unicellular. How organisms then became multicellular is a huge evolutionary step, and is consequently under great debate. However, unlike some other huge steps in evolution, multicellularity is thought to have evolved many times independently." Unquote. In your video, you make it sound as if there is no good explanation possible, and yet with the rest of the sentence, it doesn't quite sound so improbable, does it? Okay, no more quote mining, okay?
007 does bring up a lot of areas where the theory of evolution has a lot of problems, and they expose the fact that the theory of evolution is basically impossible. So I like to watch his videos because they expose that fact, that evolution is basically impossible. This is not a eureka moment. This is not like something that is going to be, talked about by scientists and say, oh, the scientists are going to be saying, oh, this CDK007, he figured it out for us. He did it for us. He figured it out. We're going to give him a Nobel Prize for figuring out how multicellular life originated or evolved. So, I mean, come on. It's not really proving much. There's still a great debate, and you guys are still in a corner trying to figure out how it happened. You did not solve it.
Maybe I missed something here. I subscribe to both CDK007 and Thunderf00t, and I have never seen one of their videos that have said that evolution is basically impossible. Please provide a link to any one of these many videos, so that I can figure out just what the heck you are talking about. It's funny how most Christians, even the creationist variety, will agree that microevolution occurs. The only difference between micro and macroevolution is time. From your view, I understand how hard it is to comprehend how evolution works, because 6,000 years is just not enough time for it to happen. You need much more time, and until you can accept that, you will never understand evolution.
It has to do with the probabilities of miracles, and saying, well, it's that some miracles are so improbable that they should just not be believed, right? Well, let's apply the theory of evolution. The theory of evolution, even by scientists themselves, give us the probabilities at such an impossible amount that we should just not believe it there. So if you can't believe in miracles, you should not believe in evolution either. Because even Fred Hoyle told us the probabilities of evolution, and they were incredible. More incredible than the probabilities of miracles. So CDK007, what are you saying? You don't believe in evolution? I guess that's what you're saying.
Miracles and magic. Have you seen an honest-to-God, God-made miracle? Someone raised from the dead? Someone walking on water? A global flood, killing all but a few select animals and people? Me neither. I'm sure that you've heard the expression extraordinary claims require extraordinary evidence. To compare miracles and evolution in this manner is quite one-sided. There are literally buildings full of extraordinary evidence for evolution. But the only place outside of the Bible that I can find miracles supported is in the fairy tale section at Barnes & Noble. I will go out on a limb here and say that if there were miracles today as there was in the Old Testament, I doubt you'd have many atheists at all.
Most of the other favorites that Thunderfoot makes a favorite video on his channel are mostly just insulting Christians and our faith, which once again proves that my point, which is that atheists have a lot of hatred towards us. And
I really wish I could do a facepalm about now. So, the whole point was not to debunk the factuality of these videos, but instead to point out the hatred of Thunderfoot's videos, both his and his favorites. And again, you used the word insulting. There are some specific creationists that have well earned the insults they receive, as are there atheists that deserve what they get as well. It seems that you religious folks are getting awfully thin-skinned lately. Disagreement is not hate. If you want to see outright insulting hate being masked as God's love, watch a few of Venom Fang X's videos. He's gotten really good at sugarcoating, but it still tastes just as bad inside. I don't see the point in going any further here. I was afraid this would happen. Nothing but atheists hate Christians. It didn't even seem like you made an attempt at debunking any of videos. Okay, so you quote-mined Wikipedia, but missed the full meaning of that article. So, what did you accomplish here? From my seat, it looks like it was just to spread disinformation about atheists hating you religious folks. I can give you some advice on how some of this hate might just disappear out like magic. Keep your God to yourself. Keep him in your church, and out of our courtrooms, classrooms, bedrooms, and Congress. That would be a good place to start. On a side note, I notice you have quite a few favorites on your channel. I'm sure you're aware how insulting those are to atheists, and yet you not only watch them, but you favorited them. Did you favorite them because you enjoyed them, and they go along with your beliefs, or did you favorite them just to stick it to us atheists? When you're in a glass house, you probably shouldn't be throwing too many rocks there. Peace to all. This is Rationally Yours, and I'm out of here.